guys, today I have a ton of information to share with you about our cloth diapering routine, things I have learned along the way in the last year that I have been cloth diapering our twins, and some tips and tricks that I want to share with you today. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to share with you today is the supplies that I use for cloth diapering that are important and are a big part of our wash routine. So one of those items are the cloth diapers, of course. And the cloth diapers we're using currently, we use the Grovia hybrid diapers that are an outer shell with a soaker pad that you can snap into the diaper. And this allows you to reuse the shell multiple times and just change the soaker pad. With these cloth diapers, these are kind of the one size. I think we moved into them around 3 months. I want to say, when they were like over 12 pounds. That might be sooner for some. My babies were a little bit early and small, on the smaller side, because they were twins. Before that, we did newborn cloth diapers, but I'm going to touch on that at the end of the video. So if you're interested in learning how to do cloth diapers with newborn, stick around. I did that successfully with twins, and I have a lot of great things to share with you about that process. But the cloth diapers that we use currently are these Grovia hybrid ones. I have really liked them. The shells, the elastic is really great. I have not had many leaks unless that's on the part of the baby because of the volume of which they have gone to the bathroom. But we have had very few leaks with these diapers. So another tool or a supply, I guess, that we use with cloth diapering are these bamboo liners. And this was something I learned from a friend of mine, and it just helps minimize the amount of diapers that you need to spray out. Now, definitely not an essential item, but for me, it was something that I was interested in doing because it would save me some time, and I think it averaged out to be about 5 cents per sheet, which is significantly cheaper than the cost of one diaper, and so I thought it was worth it. With these liners, all you have to do is just lay the liner on top of your soaker pad. Depending on the cloth diaper, I guess you would just lay it on top of whatever the main lining is, and then you can just pick it up and toss that, and it usually catches all of the poop, which is wonderful. However, sometimes when poops are not as formed, it does go over that area, and then you still have to spray out the diaper. So it doesn't always save that trip, but I would say a lot of the time it does. And it's just a really nice way to save time cloth diapering. And it kind of makes a cloth diaper somewhat disposable, which I like, without much waste. And those are flushable, I believe. I tend to just like dump the poop into the toilet and then throw the little thing away, or just throw it away altogether. So that is another supply that I use, those liners. Another one, and this is a really critical one if you're cloth diapering, is those wet dry bags that you would put the dirty diapers into. And so I have smaller and larger ones. The larger ones are the ones that we use when we're here at home, and if I'm gonna cloth diaper while we are away from home, just on a trip out for the day, I'll use those smaller bags. We often actually just use disposables when we are out of the house. It just makes life a little bit easier, but you definitely could travel with cloth diapers if you have one of those travel bags. And these bags are nice because it won't let the liquid drip out of the bag, and whatever is in there stays in the bag. And so I usually just hang one of these up on my banister downstairs, and sometimes I have one upstairs in the bathroom as well, which is where I spray out all of our cloth diapers. Another part of our wash routine and supply that I use is this hanging rack. And I liked this one because it doesn't take up a lot of space. Definitely, if you have a different hanging rack, you can use that one. But I liked that this one I could just clip all of the diapers to it and let them air dry. Not all cloth diapers need to be air dry, but often the shells do, as a way to preserve the elastic in them and just give them a longer lifespan. Another supply is the spray pal, which is something that you can clip your diaper into to spray it off into the toilet. Now this, I think, is kind of an essential. You could just like dunk and swirl your diaper into the toilet, but this sprayer attached to our toilet is really powerful actually. It does a great job of removing any of the soiledness of the diaper, and it's also come in really handy for blowouts that you get on the clothing, because I can just spray the clothes off as well. So I would highly recommend getting this. There is another option out there where it's like a bucket that sits on top of your toilet, which also looked really cool. What I do like about this Spray Pal one is that it collapses and so it folds down smaller. The last supply that's another really critical part of our wash routine is laundry detergent. Now, I use a liquid laundry detergent. I am a Norwex consultant, and so I use Norwex's liquid laundry detergent. The key when you're looking for a laundry detergent for cloth diapering is that the detergent in general has enzymes in it, and that's going to help break down all of the smells and just whatever it is that's on the diapers. And so that's an important element to look for a laundry detergent with enzymes. You also want to be careful with like fragrances and things, because that fabric is going to be on your baby's body. Just wanting to opt for a really natural option. So I will link in the description box below a website from Fluff University, I think it's called, and they have a whole resource of like pretty much any laundry detergent you could think of, if it would be recommended for cloth diapering based on like the volume or the concentrated nature of the laundry detergent, if it's for a high efficiency laundry machine. Just really gives you a lot of great information if you're looking at what laundry detergent would work. Now, I will say though, that website does not think that you should do cloth diapers with the Norwex laundry detergent, because it's a concentrate and you don't need a ton of it when you're doing it. However, I am a rule breaker, I guess, and I still do that, and I've had really great results over the last year, and that's the only thing I have used to wash my cloth diapers from a day-to-day basis. I do sometimes do a stripping of the diapers, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. But anyways, if you're interested in ordering some Norwex laundry detergent, I'll also put a link to that in the description box below for you to check out. I do recommend only using the liquid Norwex detergent because it has enzymes and the powder one does not. All right, now I'm going to just walk you through a day in the life of my cloth diapers and what our wash routine is. So when we're home and we're cloth diapering, we will do a diaper change. I have my boys sleep in disposables at the overnight. I just prefer the fact that the disposable keeps the moisture off of their body, and I find that's important at nighttime when they might be going to the bathroom more often, and so I opt for those disposables. I just don't want any leaks happening in the night for that long duration. So when we change into cloth diapers in the day, I use the Grovia liners, the soaker pads, and lay a liner in there and put it on. Now, when I'm changing their diaper into a new one, if it's just a pee diaper, I will simply pull out the soaker pad and toss that into my wet dry bag, and then snap in a new soaker pad, lay a new liner, and just put on a new diaper right then and there. If it's a poopy diaper, depending on what kind of poopy diaper it is, if the liner caught it all, then I will just take out the liner, remove the soaker pad, put in a new soaker pad and liner, and keep that shell. Sometimes, however, the shell got dirty as well, and so we just need a whole new diaper setup. Typically, because I have twins and life is just kind of busy, I don't typically get a chance to spray the diapers out right away, and so I usually just set them on the stairs to remind myself to spray those ones out, and then when I'm done spraying them out, I will put them into the wet dry bag, and that just reminds me that it's not ready to go in the wash yet. So that's kind of our routine. We'll just put on new diapers, and then I launder our diapers probably every other day, depending on how consistently we're using them, how many diapers we're going through, how many poopy diapers we have. I have a limited supply of the shells, and I typically run out of those first, and I have a bigger supply of the soaker pads. When I have 2 or 3 shells left, I'll probably toss in a load just to make sure I'm ready for the next day. Just a note about spraying. I typically spray them out at a different time of the day when my boys are not around, and you can just clip the diaper right into the spray pal, and sometimes I'll separate the soaker pad from the shell just so that I can get them more thoroughly cleaned. And then you can fold the spray pal and push down on the diaper to kind of wring out extra water so that you don't have like a sopping wet diaper, and then put it into your wet dry bag. And then I'll just keep them in that wet dry bag until we are ready to do a load of laundry. All right, just another note about newborn poops and cloth diapers. If you are breastfeeding your baby and it's just exclusively breastfed, you actually don't even need to rinse out those poopy diapers. You can just put them right into the washing machine. That's what we did. Worked just fine. Very little staining. If you do have staining, you can just place the diaper out in the sun and that will pretty much bleach the diaper itself. And so that's a really awesome thing in those early months, and it makes cloth diapering really easy. So I talked about the laundry detergent that I use. So now I want to just share about my wash cycles. So I put laundry detergent in for both of the cycles. They recommend doing 2 cycles with the cloth diapers. And so the first cycle is a rinse cycle. And this rinse cycle is really just to rinse off the diapers. It's a quicker cycle. And then you do a heavy duty cycle. On the rinse cycle, actually, you use cold water, and then on the heavy duty cycle you use a much hotter water. I think the reason for that is because you don't want to like cake in and bake in any stink or anything right away. You want to just like give it a thorough rinsing, and then when you do the deep clean, you're really like sanitizing it and using that hot water in your washing machine. If you have a top loader, that probably is the ideal type of washing machine for cloth diapering, because you have the agitator in the middle of the washing machine that helps get the diapers even cleaner. We have just a front loader and I haven't noticed many problems. It's worked well with us for the last year. But if you notice that your diapers are beginning to smell or they smell more quickly, you may need to do a stripping of them. And a stripping is really just when you are doing a really extra deep clean to strip any residue or buildup in the diapers. And so I do this probably every like 6 to 8 weeks. I'm trying to think, maybe every like 3 months, 2 to 3 months. So it really just based on how frequently you feel that it needs it. I use the Grovia Mighty Bubbles, and it's just a pod that you can toss into the washing machine, and you do this after your rinse cycle, but then you would do like another cycle after it. So it makes for more loads of laundry, not more loads, but more cycles on the laundry setting with those diapers. But I've noticed it to be really effective. I also did this before I used my cloth diapers because I got used cloth diapers. And I'm going to actually talk about that at the end too, because I got all of our cloth diapers from birth through when we potty trained them for under $300. And so this has been like such a cost-effective and money-saving tactic in our home, because let's be real, diapers are super expensive. When I go and I buy a $45 box at Costco, I almost cry because it's just going to get thrown away. And so that's one reason why I really like cloth diapering, because it saves a lot of money when you do it right. So more on that in a little bit. Like I said, you'll do 2 cycles on the washing machine when you're laundering your cloth diapers. People will say, I have not done this, but people will say that you can add clothes when you're doing the second cycle. So after the rinse cycle, when you're doing the heavy duty, you can add more clothes, and actually that might help clean the diapers more because you have more things in the washing machine to agitate the diapers. Again, I haven't done this usually because it's just easier to just quickly put on to the next setting, but you most certainly could try this method and really optimize the water usage by getting more clothes or towels washed at the same time as your diapers. At this point, I have one area in our home that I store our cloth diapers and do diaper changes, and that's just in our living room. I guess I store a couple pads and liners up in the boys' bedroom just for diaper changes up there, but the bulk of it I keep downstairs. I just stack up all of the soaker pads and I fold all of the liners on a good day. Other days it just gets kind of tossed in there and we use it up. I said I would talk about newborn cloth diapers. So we used a variety of styles for newborn cloth diapers, and part of that was because I was buying them secondhand, so I was just kind of looking for a good deal, and I also didn't want to like only do one style and then not like that style and have invested all this money into something that I don't even like. I was actually really happy with the variety that we got. And so the nice thing about newborn cloth diapers is they're pretty much like an all-in-one. And so this is, we had a lot of these ones. These are the Grovia newborn cloth diapers, an all-in-one. So you see there is an extra little soaker pad here. There's snaps. And I think these are good from like 5 to 12 pounds. They're so cute and tiny. I can't believe they fit in those. But we used these a lot. They weren't my favorite one. I found that they leaked out of the edges a lot more than some of the other ones, and I don't know why that is. But yeah, I mean, I did like them, but we had more leaks with this one. My favorite all-in-one diaper was the Thirsties newborn diaper. And I liked this one because the elastic was really good on it and we didn't have as many leaks, and it was just really soft and stretched well. It seemed like it got like really nice and snug on them. There were not many gaps on their body. And so if I were to get a style of all-in-one, I would do these. If I were to start with cloth diapers with newborns and honestly want to do all cloth diapering, I think I would do this. If I really wanted to buy new cloth diapers but keep it cheap, is I would use Prefolds. And so a Prefold is literally just a piece of fabric. It's thicker here in the middle than on the edges. And this one is a newborn one. Again, I got a stack of these Prefolds from someone, and you literally just fold it in thirds, and then I kind of will expand the edges in the back and the front when I put it on, and then you use a cover. So I would typically just fold the diaper, kind of lay it in here, and then maybe spread it out on the ends. After you do it a couple of times, it gets more easy and familiar. It's a little awkward at first, but I found these waterproof shells to be super effective. They never leaked out. The cloth was like big enough that it covered the whole surface of the diaper, so it absorbed a lot. They were easy to change, easy to wash. I didn't try them a lot at first because these ones seemed cuter and easier to use, but I had so many more like leaks from especially this one that didn't like fit as snug. And what I like about these waterproof ones is they really can get, like, you can see the elastic. It really wraps around the baby's leg really well, making sure that nothing leaks out. And so, again, it's not the most pretty, cute diaper, but I found it to be really effective, and they're very affordable. So I think next time around I would do more of these, and you can get these, the Prefold itself in larger sizes. Again, this is the newborn size, but they have like through extra large. So this is the Cloth Ezee brand. So if I can see if I can put a link. It's also organic fibers, which is nice. So then the last thing I wanted to tell you about was cloth wipes. I use cloth wipes, and we got the ones from Grovia. They're just little square pads. They're soft, they're not super soft. If you want to do like all-in cloth diapering with very minimal waste and not do wipes, definitely get some cloth wipes. I guess I don't have anything to compare this with, so they worked okay. They weren't super absorbent. I would use like a spray bottle and spray the cloth to get it wet, to wipe it. We use them a lot more with the newborn stage when I didn't have to rinse anything out. I pretty much never use them now when I have to spray out poopy diapers. I probably ordered 30 of them. I think they come in packs of 10. And that was a lot. I definitely did not need that much. So you probably could even cut them in half because it's really big for like a newborn's bottom. But then I don't know, it would maybe fray. So that's my opinion on cloth wipes. They were nice to have. I honestly use them more as like burp cloths or just like wiping up spit up and that kind of thing, which it was nice for that. But I don't use them a ton as actual wipes because I don't want to have to spray another thing out, and using disposable wipes is just easier a lot of the time. So that's where we're at with cloth wipes. I will put links to all of our cloth diapering resources in the description box below. So if there's anything that I talked about that you're looking for, look down there to find it. But know also that you can do cloth diapering on a budget by finding things secondhand. If you're into that, I got all of my cloth diapers off of Facebook Marketplace for under $300, which I'm just like blown away by because a box of diapers at Costco is like $45. And so it really can be a way to save money. So check out those links below for the brands that we use, but honestly, don't use those links and find someone who has gently used other cloth diapers and buy those ones. Well, that is what I have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to just drop them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you on that. Cloth diapering is just one part of motherhood for me, part of our work here at home, and I also do a lot of other Montessori aligned things. Not that cloth diapering is explicitly Montessori, because it's not, but it does align with some of the other things that we're doing in our home. And so if you're looking for more content related to motherhood, related to Montessori, consider subscribing and joining this community here. I also have a blog, The Montessori Twin Mama. You can check that out in the description box below. As always, thank you for stopping by our Montessori home. I will see you next Friday for another video. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.